Yo, welcome to another edition of DSM Discussions, where we have car conversations between brother and brother, or brother to brother and brother and sister, whoever is listening. You feel me? Today is part 2 of friendships, where we're segueing off into relationships.
Yes, sir.
The main topic for today is going to be, what were you doing before that you're not doing now in your relationships, and how has that impacted you, your thought process, or whatever's going on?
That's a good question, bro. A good segue. So I'm gonna just kind of summarize it. Basically, growing up, I was a gamer. I didn't know how to be productive a lot. You know what I'm saying? My mom gave me an Xbox 360 at 9 years old, playing NW2. You know what I'm saying? But from 2009 to about 2022, gaming was an everyday thing, a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Even when I went to college, I kind of slowed down a little bit. COVID came, went right back to that game. You know what I'm saying?
Got right back on the sticks.
So basically, it was a vice that wasn't building me. I didn't try to make money off it. It wasn't my purpose. It was just something to do to pass time. 8 hours a day, you know what I'm saying? Or just a few hours a day I can get. It was important to me. But, basically from my past relationships and kind of like from 2022 to now, I really just was focused on growth. Or the end of 2022, let's say that. So from end of 2022 to now, I've been focused on really growing myself, going to the gym, working out even without the gym, trying to get a better job or career, trying to find ways to make money, investing, saving, actually doing things that build me up as a man. Because right now I'm living on demo mode. You know what I'm saying? I'm not living on I'm not paying every bill. I'm not doing everything possible to I'm not paying every bill possible. So I'm taking advantage of my situation
right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm taking advantage of my situation by trying to better myself.
Smart.
Right. Trying to move tack. So basically just bettering myself. I focus on bettering myself better than I was in the past, because I realized I'm not the man I want to be. It's right there though. It's right there. I gotta just figure out. Sometimes you gotta go through things. You gotta learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And those relationships between 2020 and 2022 really helped me realize certain things about myself that I wasn't fixing. I was just kind of letting go, and the next girl would deal with the baggage or not my best version of myself. And to be in dating or just to mess with people in general, I feel like you got to be a good version of yourself, or working on that. So yeah, that's basically just working on myself.
No, I totally agree. I feel like we both went through the same type of process, after breakup type shit. Just speaking on me, after my breakup, I had to go through, the stages of grief, denial, anger, all that stuff. Because at first, you want to seek answers. You want to see why this person did this to you and why it ended up this way. So you start going on YouTube, looking up different content, and finding different philosophies, and you just get mad once you start uncovering the truth, or whatever seems plausible to you. But what you said is you had to take some time to yourself. You had to take that self-reflection, and really analyze yourself and analyze everything that you could have did possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me is, and people could say this oh, you gotta blame this person to blame that person, but I feel like I can only control what I did. Yeah, they did that, but I can only control what I did in the situations that happened. I want to learn to control my emotions more, really just analyze things and react in real time, correctly, instead of thinking about it the next day or the next week, damn, I should have said that, or I should have said this, or this is how I could have diffused the conversation, or de-escalated the problem.
The important thing you said was emotional control, and the only thing you can really get through to get that is going through emotional situations. Basketball players get better by playing from a jit to old man. You know what I'm saying? Jordan was good. He didn't you always hear he make the freshman basketball team, whatever. But he's one of the greatest players of all time, skill or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things just take time and experience. You can't get mad at yourself for the past. Sometimes you gotta be able to accept the past and be as long as you learn from the past, you can accept it and I'm gonna do better in the future. That's one thing that really has been great for me this year. I learned from the past a lot, and I've grown so much. Whether it's relationships, friendships, or just myself. How can I get better this year? How can I do better this month? How can I do better? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that came with reading books and doing better, replacing the vice of video games and wasted time on things that help me feel good or do better or develop my mind better. So, yeah, That's a good first question.
I like how you said that. It's like when a basketball player gets injured. You know what I'm saying? They split through the two different paths. Like some of them never get over their injury, and some of them get better. You know what I'm saying, after that injury. So it's like when you go through that first like heartbreak, it's like, are you gonna become like are you gonna become worse or are you gonna become better?
Right.
And like we both chose to become better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times, like when you're going through that, you need a lot of downtime. You need a lot of like separation. You need a lot of isolation and just being around people like with like-minded or that's gonna like guide you in the right direction. Because like I think we could all relate. We done told somebody about something and that we were going through, and they didn't give us no positive reinforcement. They just gave us negativity straight off the back, or they try to give us some bad advice, just projecting on what they're going through themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like
just unuseful advice, like
like some like or
no advice at all. Not to cut you off.
Yeah, no advice at all. Like some you can't even take. You know what I'm saying? Like what's it called? One time told my boy about a situation I was having with shorty, and he just like, oh yeah, she cheating on you. All these shorties be cheating. Da da da. But it's like, I feel like he didn't really hear what I was talking to him about. I feel like he just heard like key words and just started
summarize it.
Yeah, like just started going on what he wanted to go on to. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like taking space is really important, and knowing when to jump back in the game, knowing when to get back on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you said, you gotta learn balance. Basically, you know, some players get injured, they might blow at their knee a little bit, or you know, something like not too catastrophic, because a lot of players don't bounce back from that. But like just an analogy for sake of the analogy, some players might be really explosive and blow their knee out the first 2 years or 3 years in their career, but then they become good shooters.
Yeah, they gotta figure out how to be lethal still.
How to be an addition to the team, not a detriment. And that's the thing. When you go through things, you gotta learn how can I be better for myself in the situation next time. You can't just be the same person because clearly it wasn't the best result. It's not always a person's fault. And that's what you gotta learn. It's not always right or wrong, who's right or wrong in the situation. Sometimes it's just the situation itself. I had to relearn that. You know what I'm saying? Last year I went through a little situation when I was dating. I wasn't the best version of myself. I regressed a lot from the start to the end of the year. And that situation woke me up. I feel my time on more built, like I talked about earlier, build things to build me up and make me happy and fill my time, not just to do it to, be busy or seem busy. I'm actually busy with it. You know what I'm saying? So nobody say you got to be busy from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. But definitely for that important time, 2-3 hours a day at the gym, trying to build yourself, trying to learn about investing, trying to learn about a new skill. You know, read a book, like do a trade. You know what I'm saying? Learn something. Learn something to get you better. Do something to get you better.
You shouldn't be just in the house just thinking about that shorty like that whole time, bro.
Right. You're at the crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or go take a walk. I was taking walks for days, every day, just walking, letting the cold air hit me. And I do not like the cold.
Sometimes you gotta change up your music too.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your music, like say if you just listen to rap or you just listen to drill, you know what I'm saying? You're just gonna be angry all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or if you listen to neo soul, that make you like into a smoother, you know what I'm saying, rhythm. Like when I was going through my stuff and I just needed to calm down, I was just listening to like piano, violin, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's like nothing I can bop my head to, it's just like something where it promoted like thinking, promoted thought. You feel me?
So yeah, like basically I got from that too is he broke old habits. You know, he tried something new. A lot of us are scared to do that. You know, especially in the urban community. A lot of us listen to rap or drill. It's popular in our demographic or in our environment, so we think we have to. Be yourself. I like Alone at Prom by Tory Lanez. That's one of my favorite things. Before that, it was Certified Lover Boy by Drake. Yeah, he's a rapper, but he's a whole artist now. Like he does, or in general, it was mostly R&B on that album. It was one of my favorite albums, you know, during that year. So don't get stuck in old habits and that kind of relationships because you think, oh, I got to be this man or this way because I might have watched something or did something or seen something or, you know, the TikToks you see about treating girls super bad or something like that. I ain't no bad, you know, I ain't no like bad guy. I'm not going to treat you bad on purpose or whatever, or I'm not going to overdo be nice. It's about balance. You know what I'm saying? Be cool. Don't always be so sweet and nice, but like, don't be a dickhead. You feel me? Like, be cool. You feel me? So it's about learning and just going through it in a balance. It's really, everything in life is about balance. You can play the game, but don't overplay it all day when you're taking up your whole day. At 4 to 5, you could have been at the gym, but instead you play the game from 4 to 7. It's 4 to 7. You gotta get ready for work. You gotta play another game before you go to bed. Bro, read a book for the last 30 minutes before you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Put your phone on the other side of the fucking room. Whatever you do to help you grow.
The objective is like to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these relationships, they don't prosper because like the person doesn't love themselves. Like neither one of them love themselves. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, like loving yourself is hard. I ain't gonna hold you because like you start to really like understand your flaws and how hard it is to change your flaws and your mental state or your weight. You know what I'm saying? Something that you have to change in yourself. You know, like there's like a long road ahead of you, but you're like, damn, I don't even want to take that first step. That first step is love. You know what I'm saying? Without love, you don't have anything, bro. You can't enjoy anything that you even achieve without love. You know what I'm saying? And once you learn to love yourself, loving another person, it'll become easy, especially if that person loves themselves too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can start to really analyze people and really like see like, you know what I'm saying, you dealing with a woman versus you dealing with a succubus, or you dealing with a cancer in your life. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's just here to just ruin shit. You know what I'm saying? Or take advantage of you, or just, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. Like this year as well, I've really grown in relationships. I've been dating really most of the year. But some girls, you know, obviously I fell off the trail because it just wasn't compatible.
Yeah.
Sometimes you realize she's different from the mentality's different, or the vibe is different, the energy's different.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might be 80% masculine out of 100, and she's like 50%. It don't work out. She need to be 20. She need to be 80% feminine. So some things just don't work out because it's not supposed to. You're supposed to learn from them. You know what I'm saying? Like every situation, whether friendships or relationships, you can grow from and learn. Like, all right, what didn't work out here that can work out next time that I can control? That's one thing you didn't really get into. Worrying about what you can control.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, that's something you have to master over time. And a lot of these things you're talking about, you master over time. It took me years to master kind of like dating, but I'm still learning and growing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too emotionally hurt anymore from relationships because I realized compatibility wasn't a thing or is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Or just like the vibe, compatibility, like I said, or different points of life. It's not always on you, or I wasn't a man, or I'm not masculine enough for this. Sometimes the girl just didn't feel it, or you didn't feel it, but you were trying to force it to happen. It's not worth it. You feel me? No matter the distance or the energy, sometimes if it's supposed to be, it can be.
I feel like that was a great point. I feel like what we're saying is like comprehension versus communication. Because everybody say like, oh, I'm a good communicator. But when I communicate my issues or communicate like even praise, some people don't understand it because it's like you didn't comprehend what I was saying. And even you feel like embarrassed that you don't understand what I'm saying, so it might come off as like anger or like now you want distance. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't understand. But like certain things that you can control, like I'm just gonna be honest with myself. Like I was a big procrastinator in my last relationship. Like I would know that okay, we have events and like dates are coming up, you know what I'm saying, 5 months in advance, and I wouldn't put no money aside. You know what I'm saying? Like shorty birthday, I'll put no money aside, or Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be scrambling, you know what I'm saying, the last month or the last week. You know what I'm saying? When I could have had something special type shit.
Planning months ahead, or a month, or at least a month ahead. At
least a month ahead. But now I know, so I'll take that into my next relationship, becoming better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, like sometimes it's literally just experience. Like your first love is not gonna be the best. It's really rare to have a girl you really meet from high school or younger or even later.
Be your
That's
one
your
and
first,
done.
be your one and done. We're in a generation and time period now where being toxic or being a ghoster or having a lot of options is cool. I'm not bashing it at all. You feel me? That's up to you and your code. But honestly, you gotta figure out what works for you. If being ghoster makes you feel good at night, cool. You ever watch Snowfall when he said sit like a baby when the dude asked him about selling drugs? Sometimes you feel good about what you do, but sometimes so evils don't make it right. Sometimes you gotta just let a girl know I wish you the best. Ain't no hard feelings. Or you might have to ghost a girl. She playing with you.
So you're a closure guy.
It's situational. It's situational. You know what I'm saying? Like this year, I really was like I feel like I'm master prestige. Like before they add new, you know what I'm saying? Some more procedures. Like I really learned about myself so much that I was like, I know what I can do and what makes me feel good at night when it comes to dating. If I gotta cut a girl off, I gotta let her go because I know it's not right long term overall. But if I can see potential, like yo, I'm gonna make this happen. And like I said, compatibility is the strongest thing because you might not make that first move if you're not compatible. You might not want to text that girl every day if it's not compatible. You know how to talk every day. That's something I have to learn too. You know how to talk every day to a girl. You feel me? Sometimes you got to give some space. Or even for the girl, she might want to give some space just for herself to exist by herself. It's about balance, like I said. So, yeah, man.
Do you feel like some girls are just here for a chapter and not for the whole book?
Yes. That's one thing I had to master as well, man. Like, my old Jalen, y'all get a girl, y'all. I can see, like, I'm thinking 2-3 years down the line, especially after, like, 2021 or during 2021. I met a girl right after my self-improvement chapter 1, really. I'm still improving every year. I'm never going to stop trying to improve, you feel me?
Exactly.
But that was, like, my biggest, like, improvement year, and I met a really good girl. Well, I won't say good, but she was, cool. You know what I'm saying? She was cool. And I realized her mental wasn't what I liked, but I just dealt with it because I was getting what I wanted, which was sex, to be 100% honest. But it wasn't the best thing overall. Like, she wasn't the best female for me overall, but I just tolerated her. That's one thing. You should never tolerate your women. If you're not genuinely want to do something, reevaluate the situation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely was tolerating her, but because I was getting sex. But overall, I'm like, yo, she's not the best overall that I can do. But I'm just like pushing it away because I'm still like, I'm getting what I want. She end up, you know what I'm saying? We end up parting ways more on her reasoning or her want. And I was hurt, but I realized like, yo, I gotta have a code. I gotta realize what I want and from the start and cut it off if it's not right. So
I think that's powerful. Like other people that's just like not in tune with themselves, they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna stick it in because like that's what it just feels good. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's like it might not be right for your life. That's like somebody eating junk food. Like, oh, this junk food tastes mad good, but you're like killing yourself. You know what I'm saying? The more and more you eat it, type shit.
Yep.
I feel like sometimes like girls or like relationships in general just be a sign. Like there's like some people come in your life to be a healer, a karmic, or a lesson. You gotta figure it out which one they're gonna be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We would prefer that people come into your life for a healer and they stay a healer, or people come into your life
and it just works because y'all compatible.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm dealing with a lesson right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm improving, and sometimes when I'm improving, you know what I'm saying, my confidence goes up. I start attracting females, but they might not be the best for where I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
That's
I had to.
That's
Yeah, it's a test. It's a lesson.
You want to cap here or keep going to your possible potential?
Exactly. So it's like, right now, I know that she's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? I know that she's a lesson, and that doesn't mean that she's not somebody else's healer. You know what I'm saying? It just means that she is my lesson to not deter me from where I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she'll be a great friend for the time being. It might be forever. You know what I'm saying? Because I dig her vibes. I dig how, you know what I'm saying, our conversations. But I got to put me first. I got to put me first, Lucius.
Yeah, to wrap this up, man, you know, basically, it's about balance and situational. Don't listen to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Learn.
Yeah.
Definitely learn, right? Learn about yourself and what works for you. Being the ghoster or getting ghosted sucks, right? Getting ghosted sucks, but sometimes you might have to ghost somebody because they're not respecting you, even if you want to be cool or respectful, because that's what works for you. Sometimes you might have to be a little, you know what I'm saying? A little,
Sometimes you just gotta take that one on the chin.
Yeah,
and just let it go.
Take that loss on the chin, but yo, that was a lesson. Sometimes it's a compatibility. Sometimes it's just a lesson in the chapter. So don't blame yourself, but also be realistic, bro. Know what you did. Don't always try to be right. Don't worry about being right. Worry about understanding the situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this up. You can always do a part 2. You know what I'm saying? Let us know how you liked it. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying?
Shit will be part 3.
Part 3. You can keep going. We love these, you know what I'm saying? We love talking. We have good conversations like this all the time. So, DSM Discussions is just something for everybody. We think we can help a lot of y'all, man. Let us know in the critiques in the comments. One question for y'all. Who was the best part of this video? Let us know in the comments. Most of the comment just 5 days.